In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to replace the front screen on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Begin by powering down the device and placing it face up on the hot plate, and you're going to leave it on there for 5 to 10 minutes until the screen is warm to the touch. Whilst it is warming up, there are 2 pentalobe screws at the bottom of the phone, either side of the lightning connector. Just go ahead and remove those 2 screws and then place it back on the hot plate. Whilst it's warming up, it would be beneficial to add a few drops of isopropyl alcohol all around the edges of the screen, and that's just going to soak in, softening the adhesive around those edges. I want to put a suction cup on this screen, and because it's cracked it won't stick to it without this, so I'll just add a bit of tape. And then I'll plonk the suction cup onto the bottom third of the display, and now I'm going to get a single-sided razor blade and I'm going to insert it in between the gap, which is a very thin gap between the screen, or the bottom of the screen, and the edge of the frame. I'm going to pull back on the Dorco blade and lift up on the suction cup at the same time, and what that's going to do is pop the screen out of there like that. So you can see it's lifted up the screen a little bit, and that's created a gap what's big enough now to both put a bit of isopropyl alcohol into and fit our little guitar pick into, like that. And what we're going to do at this point is just run that around the edge of the screen. I'm still lifting with the suction cup like that, and I'm just using the plastic pick to sort of push my way through and separate that screen from the housing a little bit like that. So what we've got, we've lifted up the bottom, we've peeled away from the right hand edge and the left hand edge, and that's going to leave this top edge still installed. So I'll just lift it up slightly from the bottom like that, and then I'm going to create another gap when I'm going to wiggle it side to side, and that's going to create another gap just here, and I can put this guitar pick into that gap and sort of pop the screen out like that, because it's clipped in at the top and it's awkward. But we've popped it out now, which means that we can just open the phone up like opening the front cover of your favorite novel. So now that the screen is freed from the frame of the phone, we're going to head over to the workbench now, where we can open it up. I'm going to leave this attached. If you don't have the suction cup attached, you can use a mug or something, but that's just going to stay there and it's going to stop the screen falling over. If you allow the screen to fall over, it puts a lot of stress on these 2 cables here, and it's unnecessary. Now we're into the device. I want to remove these 3 tri-wing screws that hold down this sort of rectangular-ish shield just here. I'll use the tweezers to get the shield itself out of the way, and now we use a plastic prying tool. We don't want to use metal prying tools on these because there is a risk of damaging the connectors or shorting things out by doing that. And I'll disconnect the battery first, that isolates power, and then I move on to the screen connector, which is just here. 4 more screws up the top. 2 of them, which are the very top ones, are crosshead screws, and we're going to remove those 2 now. Just remove them and store them in the order that you take them out so they don't get mixed up. And then the bottom 2, so this one here and the one on the right side here, are both tri-wing screws, so just don't use the wrong screwdriver. Use your tweezer to lift this up. Just lift it up like that and then slide it this way, so that you see this little bit here, it's just a risk that you're going to pull it and damage it through that cable there. Look, you don't want to do that, so just pull it that way and then up. Store that safely for reinstallation later, and then get your plastic pick again and disconnect this cable just here. That's the only one that you need to remove, because now the screen is free and you can do whatever you please with it. In our instance, we're going to replace this screen with a new one. You will probably find that there's quite a lot of adhesive left behind on the frame. It is a bit difficult to remove this. I tend to find one of these very small X-Acto blade is the best tool to get this off. It's not really very nice to get off though, because it's full of muck and gunk and stuff, depending how mucky and gunky the phone is that you're using. So yeah, just work your way around, being very careful not to damage any of the flex cables or components. And then in a minute, I'm not going to show you every piece of adhesive being removed. I'll come back to it in a minute once it's all cleaned off, so that I can show you the next step. So what you will notice is there is dust and gunk and stuff left behind. I'm just going to use a little alcohol in a bit of a dropper bottle. It's 99% pure alcohol. I'll use that alongside this stiff horsehair little brush thing, and I'm just going to scrub the life out of that edge, making sure that it looks clean afterwards. Sometimes you have to go over it a couple of times. If you pull it all one direction, R.I.P. Liam, then you will make it nice and clean, and it just sort of, a bit like brushing your floor or brushing a dusty floor. You don't sweep it backwards and forwards hoping it gets rid of it. You pull it like that one way and brush it away. One thing I do advise in this area here is very sensitive. You've got the camera, the Face ID component, so just be real careful with that. So I'm not going to be scrubbing or brushing as hard as I did around the other edges. And then you may be appalled at the amount of dust and stuff what's left on the desk. Clean that up as well, because a lot of these phones are really mucky. Gross. So that is the frame ready for the new screen. You can take it a little step further and just brush off all the dust and stuff with a little detailing brush. This is just a car detailing brush that I use to get the dust off. That's looking better. And now for the screen that we use, we've got a OLED, soft OLED aftermarket display. It should come with some adhesive. It looks a bit like that. We'll keep that to one side. This is what I'm after first of all, because this is the final bit of preparation that we do to this frame before we install the new screen. There's a bit more prep to do with that, but we're getting close now. Guys! I always line up this adhesive in the top left corner, follow it through on this left hand edge, make sure that it goes in nice and tight into that left edge, bottom left corner, and then the rest of it, if you've done it right on that one edge, the rest of it will follow suit. And then we just use the plastic spudger, the flat end of it, to push the adhesive and make sure that it's all stuck and is secured down properly. What you'll see now, there's one sheet that we can remove, and it's going to leave behind one last layer of that blue film, and I'm not going to take that off until the very end. I know some people take it off now, but I prefer to take it off at the end. Get hold of your broken screen now, and you will notice that there are 3 tri-wing screws holding down one more bracket on the back of the screen. Remove all 3 of those screws, and then use your tweezers to get this bracket out of the way. I'm now going to use a heat gun. This bit here is stuck down quite fast. You need to warm it up to soften the adhesive. You can add some alcohol around it if you wish. You can use a hair dryer to do the same thing if you wanted to. But what we want to do is just soften that adhesive, making it easy for us to get underneath this flex cable here and peel it off. Once it's warm, it's going to be a lot easier to do, but you don't want to damage this guy. Trust me, it's not worth it, bro. Once you've got a bit of it, you can peel it off, look, and it comes off real nice, hopefully leaving the adhesive stuck on it so that you can stick it straight to the back of the new display. We're going to lift that up and we're going to go like that. We're going to go like that. It can be tricky to get this this sensor out without damaging it. We've lifted 2 of them up. Now I'm just going to use the plastic spudger to gently pry it out, and then it comes out looking like that. Put this screen to one side, remove this bit of film what's stuck on the back of the screen, and then the easiest way to install this now is to line up that one first, then your microphones, and then because they're in line, that should stick down exactly where you want it to. That's in place like that. This shield that holds those sensors in place, and we've got 3 tri-wing screws that hold that down. This is all putting stuff back together now. Lego bricks, building blocks, easy stuff. Don't panic. I think that the tear down and clean up is the worst part of the job. So now that that screen is put back together, we're going to offer this screen up to our housing that we've prepared, starting off with this bigger of the 2 cables, the display and touch cable. Put pressure on it once it's lined up, and then you've got that cable up the top. I'll be honest, I usually use the tweezers to help me guide that one in like that. That were a bad example. can put a little bit of pressure on. So with that reconnected, we can now reconnect the battery and then begin reinstalling all the shields that hold the battery and display connectors down. So this one was held down by 3 tri-wing screws, all the same size, so don't worry about having already mixed those up. You can tell the truth as well. Did you mix them up? I did. Now we've got one more shield to hold down, and this one is a little different. We have got 1 tri-wing screw just there, another tri-wing just there, and then the top 2, if you remember right, they were both crosshead screws, and they are different sizes these, so just be aware of that. Don't get mixed up. First one, you'll not be able to see where I put that because it's behind that flex cable, but I think you will get a good idea with the angle, and if you have a look, that's how it goes. We're really coming to the end of this job now. All we need to do is blow out any remaining dust, peel off the last of this blue film that I said to leave on until last earlier. Usually it like cuts off in the middle and you can pull it around one direction. One direction again, oh my god. So I'm going to snip it like that so that I can peel it around the screen. I've made it hard for myself. So anyway, peel it around the screen all the way. And that's all out of the way. Now we're going to line up the top, make sure that it slots in and sits flat. With that flat and in place, I'm going to make sure that this cable here isn't catching, because I had one back last week that had got caught. And the phone's turning itself on now. That's because it caught the button there. But you can see it's turning on. It looks pretty good, that, doesn't it? The viewing angle's good. I'm really happy with that. Touch is good. All we need to do now is reinstall these 2 screws down the bottom. And that is another repair complete. Thank you as always for watching. You know I appreciate every single one of you who watches these videos. See you in the next video. Woof woof.